Alright, the focus for learning in this video is I can show what I know about similar triangles. So this assignment is going to be graded for correctness. So if there are 10 questions and you get one of them correct, your grade in progress book is going to be a 1 out of 10. So you need to make sure that you're paying attention. In this video, we're going to do some example problems. I'm going to help you set them up, and then you are going to be responsible for solving them. They are all similar to problems that we have done before. So you can look back at anything you have in your notes, any Google Forms we've done, any previous Edpuzzles that we've done, but this is going to be a graded assignment. Again, I'll help you set it up most of the way or explain how to do it, and then you will be responsible for finishing the problem and answering it correctly. Alright, so this one says, find the scale factor of figure A to figure B. So remember, when we're finding scale factor, we're looking at pairs of corresponding sides. So triangle B is kind of rotated here. If you have to imagine turning it so that it lined up and was in the same position as triangle A. When you do that, you see that the side that's 36 and the side that are 20, those two are corresponding. And then the 25.2 and the 14, those are corresponding. So what you need to do is you need to find the ratio between a pair of corresponding sides. I would probably use 36 and 20 just because there's no decimals there, so it makes it a little bit easier. But if you wanted to use 25.2 and 14, you could. The only thing you have to make sure of is we're going from figure A to figure B. So your figure A side has to be in the numerator of your fraction. Here, side 36 is in figure A, so it's in the numerator, and 20 is in figure B, so it's in the denominator. Now we need to simplify the fraction. So 36 over 20, you want to find the biggest number that divides evenly into both 36 and 20. And so I'm going to have you answer right now, what's the biggest number that divides evenly into 36 and 20? The correct answer was 4. So now we're actually going to do that simplification. 36 divided by 4 is 9, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So our scale factor is 9 over 5. Alright, now this one we're actually solving for a variable. So if triangle KLJ is similar to triangle VWU, find the value of x. So reading the similarity statement helped me to figure out which sides are corresponding. So remember, the order of the letters matters. So KL, those are my first two letters in the triangle KLJ, which means side KL is going to correspond to side VW, the first two letters in triangle VWU. Again, side KJ, we have the first letter and the last letter. I have that one highlighted in green. That is going to correspond with side VU, the first letter and the last letter. So remember, to solve for x, you're going to set up a proportion. So a proportion sets two ratios equal to each other. So 25 over 20 equals 4x minus 23 over 2x plus 2. Now, when we have a proportion, what is the process called that we use to solve for x? The process that we're using is cross multiplication. So we're going to cross multiply, which means we're going to take, let me get my highlighter, the numerator of the first fraction, multiply it by the denominator of the second fraction, and then we're going to go the other way. Denominator of the first fraction, multiply that by the numerator of the second fraction. So when you do that, we get 25 times the quantity 2x plus 2 is equal to 20 times the quantity 4x minus 23. Now, when we have a number in front of the parentheses, we need to distribute it. So you're going to have to take the 25 and multiply it by the 2x and the 2. You're going to have to take the 20 and multiply that by the 4x and the negative 23. And then I need you to choose in the question box now what the next line of this problem is going to look like after you do the distribution. When you distribute, you get 50x plus 50 equals 80x minus 460. And now we're going to solve for x. The easiest way to do this is to avoid working with negatives. So we're going to take this minus 460 and add that to both sides. Remember, addition and subtraction are inverses. So adding 460 to both sides. When we do that, we get 50x plus 510 equals 80x. We want x on one side by itself, so we're going to subtract 50x from both sides. To get that, 510 is equal to 30x. And now you need to solve for x, so you're going to divide by 30 on both sides. Remember, the inverse of multiplication is division. So divide by 30 on both sides, and then figure out, and that will give you the value of x. So I need you to do that on your calculator now, and then click in the correct answer for x. Here we got that x was 17. You just did 510 divided by 30. All right, the next question. If triangle CDE is similar to triangle WXY with a scale factor of 4 to 3. Remember, that's how you read that colon. That's 4 to 3. Find the perimeter of triangle WXY. So remember, the perimeter is the distance around the outside of a figure. So the first thing we need to do is find the perimeter of triangle CDE. So we're going to take all three sides and add them up. So on your calculator or your phone or on Desmos, you need to do that now. Find the perimeter of triangle CDE. When you added up these three numbers, you're going to get that the perimeter is 64. We can use that to set up our proportion. So we're going to say that 64 over x, because x is the perimeter of triangle WXY, it's what we're solving for, is equal to 4 over 3. Because we know that 4 over 3 is the scale factor. After you have that set up, this is a pretty simple one to solve. Again, you're going to cross multiply. So when you do that, you're going to get that 192, because that's what 64 times 3 is equal to 4x. To get x by itself, you're going to divide both sides by 4. So I need you to do that now on your phone or Desmos or your calculator, and then click in the answer. What is the perimeter of triangle WXY? And the correct answer there was 48. 192 divided by 4 is 48. All right, another one here. If triangle PML is similar to triangle TRQ, find QR. So again, you have to read the similarity statement to match up the corresponding sides. So PM, my first two letters, is going to correspond with TR, the first two letters in triangle TRQ. So I've highlighted both of those in yellow. Then LM, your second two letters, is going to correspond with RQ, your second two letters. So I've highlighted both of those in blue. We can use those to set up a proportion. Since my similarity statement compares triangle PML to triangle TRQ, the numerators of my ratios need to be numbers or values that are in triangle PML. So we have 35 over 14 is equal to 7x minus 9 over 2x plus 2. Again, you're just setting up the proportion. Now we need to solve for x. So cross multiplication, remember you're going to do the denominator of the first fraction times the numerator of the second, and then other way around. Numerator of the first times denominator of the second. So when we do this, we get 35 times the quantity. Remember, you need those parentheses, 2x plus 2, is equal to 14 times the quantity, 7x minus 9. Now, when you have a number outside the parentheses, you need to distribute. So you're going to distribute the 35 to both terms inside the parentheses. And then over here, you're going to distribute the 14 to both terms inside the parentheses. And then you're going to select in the question box what the next line of this problem will look like after you've done the distribution. Hopefully you selected this. So 70x plus 70 equals 98x minus 126. Again, all we did there was distribute. Now we're going to solve for x, so let's add 126 to both sides. 70x plus 196 equals 98x. We want to get all of our x values on one side of the equal sign. So what we're going to do next is subtract the 70x from both sides. When we do that, we get 196 is equal to 28x. Now all you need to do to find x is divide both sides by 28. So I need you to do that now and then click in the correct answer. Hopefully you said that x was equal to 7. So now we found that x equals 7, and I want to know, are we done with the problem? Did we answer the question? The answer is no, we are not done with this problem because it doesn't say find x. The problem says find QR. So we found x. We know that x is 7. And we know from the problem here that QR is equal to 2x plus 2. So now all you're going to do is substitute 7 in for x. I did not write that here. And then solve. So that's what you need to do. Substitute 7 in for x and solve for QR. And then click in the correct answer. Alright, the last problem here is a fun one. It says, which of the following triangles is similar to triangle PQR? So you're given 4 triangles and you need to figure out which one is similar to PQR. So you need to see which one has sides that are proportional to PQR. So I have done kind of the hard part for you. I've set up all the ratios for corresponding sides, and you just need to go through and simplify them like we've been doing for weeks now. We've done it in this video, we did it in the last video, and we've done it in class. So I'm not going to work through this one for you, but I have set it up. You're going to go through all of the ratios that I have there. You need to simplify them all. And then the correct answer is the one that will have both pairs of corresponding sides in the same ratio. So go through, simplify all your fractions, and figure out which triangle is similar to triangle PQR. And then you will click it in the question box right here.